Welcome back to The Real Room. I'm your host, LaCretia Mitchell, and on this episode, this one is one I've been ready to have for a long time. For some, we get to see the lights, the cameras, the grand openings, but how often do we get a chance to sit down and ask them, who were they before all of this? I get the privilege to sit with a man whose name you've probably heard, Cordell Love, the owner and operator of Scrambled, one of the most highly frequented brunch spots on the east side of Oklahoma City. But before Scrambled, before the business headlines, before the criticism and praise, there was a young man growing up on the 8th Street apartments on the east side, a young man who made a decision that would change everything, to believe in himself enough to take a path not many around him were taking, and that was to join the military. That decision opened the door to travel, to broaden his mind, and to discover just how far faith, vision, and hard work could take him. But with success often comes the shadow side, the whispers, the criticism, sometimes even from your own community. And that's the part of the story we don't talk about enough. So, in this episode, titled The Power of Believing in Yourself, we're pulling back the layers on the man, the mission, and the mindset. This is about more than brunch. It's about believing when no one else does, navigating weight of expectations, and learning how to stand on purpose, even when the applause turns to silence. Let's get into it. Welcome, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Doing great. Bless.
Listen, let me just say this. We talked before. You told me I was the first podcast.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. First time talking since Scramble opened.
Listen.
I ain't said nothing about nothing since we opened.
I'm honored. So thank you for being here.
For sure.
So before we dive into it, I'm gonna do it this or that, and you
Okay.
pick which one you prefer.
Okay.
Scrambled French toast or scrambled pancakes?
French toast.
French
Sure,
toast.
yes.
Why?
I'm not big on pancakes.
Okay.
I'm a French toast guy for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite, but
Okay. Yeah. And it's a fine line between like you either one or the other. It's not, I
Yeah.
don't think it's no in between. I don't think it's 50-50 on that. Like you just one or the other for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get into it.
Okay.
When you think back to your days growing up on 8th Street, what was the first dream you ever had for yourself?
The first dream I had for myself that I can remember is just to be able to like breathe freely, you know, to get outside of like living in chaos, living in poverty. You know what I mean? Like I was big, I think we talked about it a little bit, but like TV, I was heavily influenced on TV. Like
Yeah.
watching them shows was like spiritual healing for me. You know what I mean? So I always knew it was a silver lining in my situation. You know what I mean? And I was always kind of like more emotional intelligent as a kid. And I could always see myself living outside of my environment because I knew like I wasn't there by choice, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about just your life at that time and just the chaos. Talk on that.
So before mental health was a household term,
Right.
you know, I was dealing with a mother that was dealing with mental health issues that we just, you know, adapted to over the years, but we couldn't put a coin phrase on it. You know what I mean? So that was a situation within itself. But, you know, due to that, my mother she didn't work until she was 34. So we were kind of living off the, you know, the system at that point.
Right.
And my first couple of years, like I was born in 36th Street Apartments. And we moved to 1137 Northwest 28th. It was beautiful. It was the Asian district. But when I was about 9, our landlord came and just put a for sale sign in our yard just out of nowhere. And like, I remember people was walking through our house while we was in there. I mean, like I'm articulating it now, but at that time I didn't really know what was going on. So my mom had to move, spur of the moment, and we ended up moving to 8th Street Apartments. And, you know, once I moved there, I could just remember, like, I was a kid, and then I wasn't a kid no more. You know what I mean? Like, I had to literally adapt to my situations. But I was familiar with, like, being on the east side because, I mean, K through 5, I was at Dunbar Elementary. So all my friends was from the area, but I couldn't kind of understand how they was a little bit more advanced than me. but it was just due to the circumstances. They was, they home life, they neighborhood life. It was the 90s. It was gangs and, it was really gang banging and drugs only. And I'm from the, we from the deep end of, the northeast side. So it was real over there.
Yeah. Was there a moment where you knew you had to choose differently from what you saw around you? Like, what was that moment?
Man. I do have a moment. So rest in peace, my brother. He just passed last year. Love you, Philip.
So sorry.
He was 2 grades above me. So when I was in the 4th, he went to the 6th grade. He went to Moon Middle School. He had begged to get a starter jacket at that time. It was hot. My mom was like, "You don't need to wear it to school." I think she paid like $170 for it. Don't even know where she came up with the money for. But he ended up going to school. First week, they done jumped him, took his coat.
Oh my God.
They took my brother's coat. So my mom got scared. And cause she, that was just like, that was her baby. That was her oldest, that was the first kid and all that. So she ended up taking my brother to Millwood at the time. So I'm long-winded, but like, that was my first time realizing we didn't have no money. Cause at that time, Millwood was like, Black Hollywood. It was middle class.
For sure.
It was most like predominantly 2-parent households, great jobs, middle class Black people, right?
Yeah.
So they was talking about my brother's shoes and talk about my mama's car and haircuts and all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And my brother used to come home and they used to really mess him up. You know what I mean? And like at that moment, I was just like, we can't do this. We can't live like this. So that was my first spark to just know that like this ain't the life I want to live. You know what I mean? Because it was totally out of both of our control at that time,
Yeah. How old were you then?
I was in the 4th grade, so I was about 8.
Wow.
And my brother was about 10, 11, like 11.
Do you think that there were some changes that you started making, like actionable steps to
Absolutely.
What were those?
So I chose not to be as active on going outside and just wandering the streets, because that was just a thing in the 90s. Like parents would just let you go out, you come back when
home,
as long as it ain't too dark, you know what I mean? You come on, but we got heavy into the Boys and Girls Club. It was located on 36th and Western, between Western and Classen. So the employees there was like some of my first mentors. You know what I'm saying? And those guys were, like in their early 20s at the time, college students, and I took a liking to them. So they kind of like, at some points would end up taking us home and then kind of see like the reality of what we was living in. Yeah. So, and like I said, this is just me kind of articulating my life now. But at the time, not knowing that like these guys are kind of like, hey, you want to come over on the weekend? Let me take you to a basketball game. Let me take you out to eat, stuff like that, because they kind of just seen what we was dealing with. And I feel like I started trying to mold my morals and my character off of those guys. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
How do you feel that changed the trajectory of your life when you look at having that type of representation?
Man,
and
it was
those
everything.
Type of men
it was everything. Because it would have went from me having a college-educated, collegiate athlete mentor, or having a hustler or older, gang-banging teenager or whatever being my mentor. Because it was, they was right there. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we fast forward, right? Yeah. Joining the military, of course, is a huge step for anybody. What made you believe that was the right move for you?
So I attended Langston. This was in 2004 or 5. I never liked school. Like, I wasn't really just a school type of guy. Shout out to my boy Quinn Rucker. That's my brother. He got me into Langston somehow, and I didn't do right. Like he gave me step by step how to be a great college student. Right. I mean, we come from the same neighborhood. I came up with him back in the day, but I called him and I was like, bro, I can't do school. You know what I mean? But I fell into just some situations that could have altered my life. Yeah. And I don't want to really speak on them, but like it could have really affected my life, and my money wasn't right. And I just, like I said, I always wanted more, but I was at that age, 18 years old, like, bro, what you gonna do? And I was, okay, I'm gonna tell the story. I was living with my cousin Johnny Osborne, right? And he lived right behind a Bafales on the north side.
On the north side, okay.
So he had his own, condo over there, whatever the case may be. He let me stay. But I was always a self-sufficient young man. Like I worked at Hot Wheels when I was 15 years old. That was my first job. I always kept a job. I always worked. So I was going I hopped to, it was like a fence, and I was hopping the fence to go get a job. Mm-hmm. And these dudes came and like robbed me.
Oh,
like,
wow.
So I'm talking about like Bugs Bunny in my pockets. Wow. And I didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have nothing. I spent my last financial aid on a car. Had that car for like 2 weeks. Rams got stole on bricks. So it was just like it was just back to back to back to back to back. Fast forward after that, I told my dad what I was going through. He got me a job at Remington Park. Okay. I worked there for like 3 days. I was washing dishes to the point where my hands were like, I had to like unfold my hands. You know what I'm saying? But I met Chef Slaughter there. Shout out to Off the Hook.
Yeah.
Chef Slaughter, Corey B. Cook. And I met him there when he was a young, up and coming chef. So he been living in his purpose for a while. But long story short, I seen my mom one day and she was like, you know, what's wrong with you? I was like, Mom, I'm too smart to be washing dishes. You know what I mean? And shortly after that, this army recruiter was calling my phone, like blowing me up. And I used to always just like, man, I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah.
And after those chain of events happened, I decided to get up out of here. You know, best decision I ever made in my life.
Listen, you hit on it, just the power of believing in yourself, that there's something bigger, right? And going into the military, I'm sure you were able to see so much more. Absolutely. What was that experience like, and how did it open you up?
It was amazing. Yeah. So like going into it, and I knew it was for me because when I started telling my family, I'm like, I'm going to the Army. They're like, oh, hell no, you ain't gonna do it. Nah, you can't do it. And I'm just, you like, that sparks me. Like, oh, yeah, don't nobody think I could do this. Yeah. Nobody thought I could do it, you know? So like, I did the late entry, so I passed my ASVAB, I swore in, and they gave me like a 90-day window. So, you know, I was saying my highs and buys, and nobody thought I was leaving, you know? So I ended up leaving. I went to Fort Benning, Georgia for basic training, and I always had it in my mind, like, I've been through everything that you can ever be through, like from birth to this point. Nobody can break me. Yeah. This is a game. And I always had a goal. Like, I'm in it for, obviously, the money, and I want to see the world, and I want to travel and have a good time. So when I went to basic training, it was a lot of funny moments where, you know, drill sergeants was disrespectful and cussing us out and all that. But like I said, I trained my brain to know, like, this is part 9 weeks, and then it's over with. You know what I mean? So it was a smooth transition. Best decision I've ever made in my life. Like, let's answer your question. The first time, what changed my life, my first duty station, I was in Clarksville, and once I was done there, I got orders to go to San Diego. I decided to drive from Tennessee to San Diego, which was like, I don't even know. It took me like 3 days to get there.
Good goodness.
But I drove to, once I got to San Diego, and I seen the ocean that was my first time in my life seeing the ocean, and I was just like, wow, like it's way more to life than what I've been living, because Clarksville, Tennessee, Nashville, it's very similar to Oklahoma City. It was predominantly black. I was around, you know, it was like, it wasn't really just a big transition on my life. The only thing that changed was like my money, you know what I mean? But when I went to San Diego and got around a whole different environment, a different culture, a different situation, that's when like, I think like I kind of just woke up like, damn, like this is it. You know what I mean?
Bigger. Like there's much more.
Bigger. Yeah. It's something way bigger than like, you know, us living in these 4-block radiuses. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's good. Okay. Let me ask you this. How did traveling and being exposed to different people and cultures shape the way you think about your business and community and life? And I feel like you kind of hit on it, but...
Everything.
Yeah.
It was everything. I mean, like it started, obviously, I left when I was 18, 19. I spent the bulk of my entire 20s in the military. So I learned how to be an adult in the military. So obviously, like, the way I carry myself, the way I, you know, respect people is different than somebody that kind of never got the proper guidance on discipline and morals and stuff like that, if that makes sense. But once I started, like, I actually had a tour in Korea and seeing their culture, like in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, it's about to be Forrest Gump, Bryce Patty Fields and all that type of stuff. But I got there, it reminds you of New York City. Like Seoul, Korea, I was in Yongsan base, and it was in Seoul. And it was like New York City.
Right.
And I would leave by myself off the base, put my headphones on, and just go explore their culture. And it's like overpopulated. Like they say that Korea, the country is the size of like Memphis. Like it's a small country, but it's like 4 or 5. I don't even know. It's millions of people.
Yeah.
So every crevice of that city is alive. Every corner, every alley you go through is businesses on businesses, houses on houses on houses. Like it's amazing. But the most beautiful thing about Korea to me is it's no violence.
Yeah.
It's no violence. The police don't carry weapons.
Really?
Like it was unreal. It's nothing like America. And to be frank, the only violence and the only thing that you heard about anything radical happening over there was Americans getting drunk, turning shit up.
Dang.
Excuse my language. Yeah. But Korea kind of just really was like, yeah, the world is big. The world is big.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now traveling, how did Scrambled come to be?
Okay. So the idea for Scrambled, I was already kind of in my my economic development phase.
Yeah.
I was doing I already had the Black-owned business model in my head. I know I wanted to create gainful employment eventually for my family and my friends. But during COVID, 2020, I went to Houston, Texas. They was not practicing social distancing. Right. They was lit. It was crazy out there. But I ended up going to a spot called Taste Bar, which was amazing. And they had 4 or 5 hour waits. And we ended up waiting. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we took our number down.
Just the experience.
Drove it around, and I went and I seen Black servers, Black bartenders. Yeah. It was like Black excellence. So I'm like, oh my God, my first time eating lamb chops. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just give the sauce on what I'm doing. You know, like it was my first time seeing it, and I was blown away. And so it went from me actually trying to be a patron of just like, I'm hungry to like, oh shit, this is like
I could probably
genius.
do this. Yeah,
this is genius. Like, and Houston has their like Atlanta gets championed a lot for like the Black excellence and the black support. But Houston is slept on that. Houston is incredible on Black people, supporting Black people. Long-winded. So the next day I went to Breakfast Club. Shout out to Breakfast Club. Amazing. Another 3 hour wait. Yep. Like we're in line this time though. We're in line, just like, damn, what's going on? So just like the idea for Scramble came from like, if you can create something that's obviously we love to eat, but Black people also love to just feel good. We love the vibe, we love the music. Like it's a method to like what we doing at Scramble. We just want to like, life is hard as life is hard. If we can give you a little piece of like, it's just some Black peace and some Black vibes, like,
take your mind off
it's worth the money, you know what I mean? Like we ain't overcharging. I feel like, if we can, and we're trying our best to give the best Black experience, the best Black positive experience possible. That's what I always preach that to my staff. Day one, treat people right. Everybody ain't gonna act right. Everybody ain't gonna respect you. But at the end of the day, you represent what I'm trying to build, and what we're trying to build is excellence, you know?
Just hitting on that. So as a business owner, it's hard, right? Absolutely. At times to make sure that the culture that that you created and wanted to be there is kept, right?
Yeah, right.
And so what are you doing to ensure that your vision and the culture is maintained throughout your staff?
Firstly, it's the product placement. Like, I could have put Scramble anywhere. Yeah. And it would have been a lot easier for me to put Scramble in a place that had walkable traffic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if I would have put it in a second-gen building where it had a following or whatever the case may be, Scramble, it probably would be bigger than what it is, to be frank. But it was strategic for me to put Scramble at 1742 Northeast 23rd. I didn't see it nowhere else. I knew it was a risk. But I knew as long as I'm right there in that zip code in that area that's frowned upon, only my people gonna really see the vision. So that's like, you know what I mean? Like it's a method behind the method. Like obviously we get a lot of people trying to work for us now. Like and it's incredible. I'm blessed, but I try to stay within my ethics on like how I want it to be positioned. I don't ever really want to take my mind off of like my initial mission, I can always go to corporate route and be like, let me do this and do this and take away from this, but we still like Scrambled is like, it's like I carry Scrambled. That's my baby. I carried it for 9 months. It's 2 years old now. It ain't quite talking yet. It's walking by itself. You know what I mean? But like, we still got a lot of work to do. We try to get better. We try to get better every day.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, the location is how I know I'm gonna keep it. Yeah. I'm gonna keep the essence and the soul of, store one.
Yeah.
Store one.
And listen, first of all, thank you for your service. Congratulations on 2 years.
For sure. Thank you.
And the fact that you chose to put it there and you could have went anywhere else to speak to your character and what you feel about your community.
Absolutely.
Right? And so we talked a little bit about just the applause and the criticism that has come with owning Scrambled.
Yeah.
Speak on how that has affected you.
As of today, it don't affect me at all.
Come on.
But man, when I first started, like I said, I carried that seed for years. Yeah. I was damn near humiliated on those. And what are you thinking? Are you crazy? To actually bringing it to life. And I was so proud of it. And I just knew that like my target audience was just gonna understand what I was doing. But my target audience was the ones really just tearing it apart. And it was so hurtful. I was like, oh my God, it hurts my feelings so bad, to the point to where it's like, I started being obsessive on just trying to see who was saying what, who was liking it, who was commenting.
Yeah.
And I was really being unrealistic with myself, because it was a burden to try to continue on doing great business and coming into Scramble, because I was working day to day for 16 months straight, every day, wiping tables, like being a servant to Scramble, so to keep that spirit up, knowing that like, damn, I just seen this person laughing and commenting, and I'm seeing y'all.
But you in here,
and I want, and your ego wants to say, come on, bro, I seen you, But to answer your question, it was very hurtful. The hurtful part was just seeing people I know.
Yeah.
And it ain't even about them. It might have not been them saying the stuff. It was them, laughing, liking it. You know what I mean? Not thinking like, bro, I'm not bigger than, just because I'm not on Facebook doesn't mean that my family's not like, they're sending this stuff to me. We know you got, like, I'm from here. You know what I mean? So that was the most hurtful part. But what I did to anybody else that might go through this, what I did was I looked at who I admired. I went back to Taste Bar. I went to Breakfast at Barney's in Atlanta. I went to Kitchen and Cocktails. I went to Breakfast Club. Went to their reviews. Yeah. Went to their comment section. Identical shit going on. Yeah. So it's like, it's the same thing I told my daughter when she went to school and she was somebody was picking on her one time. And I'm like, baby, listen, go to whoever you think is the prettiest girl on social media and go look at her comments. They gonna say, you know what I mean? It's no way that you can be perfect for nobody, but me starting out and like, I don't have a background in restaurants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I created a business for my community and then learned how to run a restaurant.
Right.
I was business first.
Right.
So the comments I was taking on a economical disrespect because my livelihood is at stake. You know what I mean? So like, the way I look at it is, and I see a lot of people do it. I see a lot of people doing it. You using your platform to tear other Black-owned businesses down. And it's like, man, I get it. It's funny. That moment's going to last for 72 hours. But if you get big enough to actually tear people's business down, what about they first generational wealth? What about their kids? What about their family? Like, we not even thinking that far ahead on the business level. It's equivalent to these kids killing each other and laughing about it. It's like, it's all the same to me. Like, we don't value each other. So like, if my food is not good to you, I'm sorry. Everybody's palate different. I don't usually like everything I go experience, but I'm a real dude. Pull me to the side, text me, DM me, and tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
And if I don't fix it and I shun you, then, I mean, I deserve that backlash. Yeah. But like, man, if you taking it, like, people is like personally attacking us, like they know me, like it's absurd, But that's me speaking 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Me now, it's a part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I can relate to sports. Like, we just won a championship. The Thunder is amazing. They 26 and under. And you go look at Shay comments. They like, oh, look at you, free throw, foul merchant. Look at you. Oh, you're not good. And so it's like, it's nothing you can do in today's society to
to stop it.
Yeah, you can't stop it.
Yeah.
But I do remember a time where like being Black was a thing, and we
Mm.
supported each other, and we dictated culture, we dictated fashion, we dictated everything. But times is changing, and you know it is what it is.
It is. The fact that you compared it to it's like us killing each other.
Yeah.
And it's so true because when we talked at the restaurant, you said they're basically almost, it's like they're messing up my daughter's future.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you know, that hit me in a different way because I'm like, dang, like I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
I just think, you know, okay, people hate, whatever, like
Yeah.
it don't affect me no more, keep it pushing.
Mhm.
But if you're out here talking bad about me in these streets to people,
Right.
it's potentially affecting
Yeah.
what I'm building for my family.
So when we build businesses, we're as a businessman, obviously we're either building our businesses up to the climax of it and selling it to change our lives, or we're passing it down to our descendants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you devaluing my business, why? You know what I mean? Like, dang, the pancake was that cold?
It was that bad?
You know what I mean? Like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, I can go a little bit deeper. Like, on my level, like I told you, food tax, liquor tax, employee tax, workman's comp tax. We got people putting in fake lawsuits on us. We got disgruntled employees. We got fake everything going on. You know, so on my level, I'm dealing with something totally different. Like, literally, like, success is a burden. So like people could never imagine what I deal with on like a day-to-day basis. It's pressure. It's pressure. Like, it's hard to breathe for sometimes, you know. So the last thing I want to hear about is like that hate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, if it's coming from a real place, hey man, DM me. If you know, and then if you know me, it's people, like I said, it's some people that got my number that's being funny on Facebook, whatever the case may be. Even though I'm not on Facebook, I see it. Listen,
we can go there all day. The crown is definitely heavy. And I think for me, what saddens me is it's already hard enough for us out here.
Absolutely.
And there are people that don't use what the system has set up to basically take us down, destroy us, whatever you want to talk, oppress us, however you want to put it, that have not used that as an excuse and that are building things that, you know, could change generations and can help so many people. And so it hurts my heart when I do hear that and I see that and I get it myself, you know, like I get the comments as well, but it's like, I'm not doing this for you.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad that you're at that point in your life where you can say, you know what, I don't care no more.
Absolutely. Because I actually believe that I was doing it for them. For real. Like, just for my, you know, my first post was like, just for my people, I hope y'all proud. And I really meant that. That wasn't like a cute post. Like, I really meant that, but I was being a bit unrealistic. You know, I had to bring it back to the world that I can control. And I'm doing it for myself first. And, you know, the people that's directly affected by all my decisions.
Yeah. I'm gonna get off the haters in just a minute. I do got to ask you this though. What do you think it's going to take as a community for us to come together?
If I had the answer to that, I want a Nobel Peace Prize.
Come on.
I really have no idea. I think that it's going to take another generation of kids to get inspired by something totally different than what even our generation was inspired by. But I really don't know. And I really don't know where the valuing and there's really no value for each other has come from. Like, it's to me, it's sickening. It's sickening. Like, it's sickening. Like, you can know somebody, have love for somebody, you know, have the best expectations for somebody, but once you pass them in a moment, all they resentment and hate will come out, and that's like, what, like, bro, like, it's me still, like, you know what I mean? Like, all I did was exactly what I said I was gonna do. I've been telling y'all what I was gonna do for years, like, but I did it, and like, actually executing a plan becomes a burden every time.
Yeah. I want to get into the background of how all of this came about, the work that you did to
Mm-hmm.
put this together, right? So it vision, how did it actually become a reality? What were the steps you took? You talked to me about going to these different places, talking
Mm-hmm.
to different people.
Mm-hmm.
What was the work it took? Because there's an entrepreneur out there that thinks, oh,
For
I can
sure.
just, slap this
For
together
sure.
and it's good. What
Okay.
did you do to get there?
So I had a creative space, a event space, art gallery, photo gallery. It was called Lori Chanel. I was actually the first tenant at East Point where Scramble is
Okay, yeah.
located. So it was me and Emmanuel. Shout out to Emmanuel. He had Intentional Fitness. We both stood up in 2019. So this is my third lease over there. So since I've been there, I've been learning business. But throughout my journey, I met a lot of developers, including the guy that developed East Point. Shout out Sandino and Jonathan Dotson. They mentored me. They took me under their wing. They got me a part of Urban Land Institute, and I started traveling around the world, telling my story, because my story was really a part of East Point winning that award, the Global Impact Award.
Yeah.
So just talking to other developers, I'm talking to people that's building towns, building, 100-story towers in Japan, like just acting. And I'm just like, damn, these are just people like me, So the way I take it, because like I'm kind of like half empty, half full. At one point, I felt like, man, these people are just taking me around, using my story to get funding, which is genius, because I'm an educated guy from the community that could help this story make sense, right? Because I'm paying rent and I'm doing all this stuff. It hit me one day like, man, you actually are in a perfect position to start learning how to execute what you want to execute, right?
Come on.
So I started going to these meetings and I started building my own relationships, right? And these are powerful people within Oklahoma that own several things, that own city blocks, right? Regular people though, regular people that
wouldn't even know it.
No, you would never know it. You would walk right past these dudes. So to answer your question, built a relationship with these guys, and I just started pitching for years. For years, I went through 1,000 logos, 1,000 slogans, 1,000 menus. I talked to different chefs, black chefs. I went through menu after menu. I asked everybody for help, and I'm not lying. When y'all watch this, y'all know I'm not lying. I had black people, look at me and say, "Oh no, we got to change the name, and my following is this. I don't think that's a good idea." And I'm just like, "Nah, it's Scramble. We doing brunch. That's what it is." So I was always like matter of fact on that. You know what I mean? And I ran into a guy. His name is Steve Mason. Shout out Mr. Steve Mason. He's heavy in the Broadway area. He owns a few businesses there, but he was the first person that actually listened to my story, believed it, and he took a risk and he invested into my vision.
Yeah. The power of believing in yourself.
Absolutely.
Right? So you were strong about the vision that you were given, and you stood on that, and it has come a reality now.
But that's the hardest thing I ever did in my life though. Like when God gives you something in your spirit that's like burnt, like this burning, like I'm telling you, like I get emotional thinking about it. Like I seen Scrambled, I seen it like before it was anything. If you would have seen the way it looked before it was what it was, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna be right here, this is gonna be here, this is gonna be here, and people just look at me like, bro,
they couldn't see it.
But I seen it. Like I used to go home and just be obsessive. I had at that time I was living in one studio apartment. I'm talking about just scruffy. I grew my hair out, I had braids. Like I didn't care. Like I was like Scrambled or nothing. Right. So that whole phase of like going from seed to harvest, it took a couple years, but once I completed the mission and my walls went up and my floors went up and my bar went up, I was just like, I didn't show nobody nothing. I didn't say nothing on social media.
Sometimes
I didn't say nothing.
It be like that.
I didn't say nothing because, to double back, the most difficult thing that I've dealt with since I've been back in Oklahoma is oversharing. When I was in the military, I had real camaraderie. Like we had Army values,
Yeah.
loyalty, duty, self-service, personal courage, integrity, you know, and I live by that. That's who I am. So like, it wasn't really nobody like that survivalistic, poverty-stricken mindset going on for 8 years of my life.
Yeah.
And then I come back here and it's like competition, it's
Yeah.
competing, it's, you know, like, who do you think you are type of energy around me. Even at high levels too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I come in and I'm charismatic and I'm matter of fact and when I talk, I get happy because I mean what I say. And most people that you meet do not mean what they say. They have creative characters and they NPCing it out here. They not really who they say they are. And I was oversharing around these people and they was threatened by me. So I've been blackballed with several different ventures that led me into like, you know what? I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna do Scramble. I'm gonna do this breakfast spot. This is gonna be like, for me, Scramble is great. But that's just like the first thing that I did. But it was like something that like, when I say I'm Cordell Scramble, now like any race, oh my God, Scramble, oh, I know about that. Like I finally got there because at one point, same energy, same pitch, same everything. People like, what have you done? Like, you ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, what was the question again? I talk a lot.
Listen, I didn't forgot. It got so good. I'm just over here like, Let me ask this. Do you want to go there? Can we talk about Tulsa?
We can hit on it.
Okay.
That's fine.
Because the people I know want to know. All the things have been said.
Man.
Let's hear it from your mouth and what you want to share.
Oh, damn. So Tulsa was me believing in my people. It was two older Black gentlemen. They came with the opportunity of a lifetime. And me and my brother Corey Clark, we bid on it. We invested all of our funds and energy and time into it, our branding. And shout out to my lawyer, Rod Hinton. He told me to cross my T's and dot my I's, but I was moving too fast. And I got coerced on like we family, you know, this like it's already hard for it. You know, they got, you know, like when you deal with like, I don't know, like I felt like I was even too smart, which is like God will humble you too. I felt like I was too smart to be connived or tricked. Like, you know, but some people shapeshift and can give you some fried energy.
Yeah.
But long story short, we got into a situation to where we invested tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars into a situation, got all our licenses and permits, no investors or nothing like that. And that was like that was my second store, Scramble Greenwood. Tulsa came out, showed, oh my God, showed love.
Yeah.
Every day we opened, it was like a freaking Jordan release, you know?
Yeah.
But that evil eye was watching. That evil eye was watching. That's the only way I can explain it. I ain't never did no bad business. I ain't never lied. I ain't never said nothing to nobody that I didn't do. So we handling that legally. You know, we in the process of that. But I opened the store thinking that we was good to go and everything was great. And we got wrongfully evicted for being a disruption to the community. So as of right now, that's what I know. Until the court do their thing and we figure out what's going on.
Yeah. I hate that, but lesson learned from that.
Absolutely.
What was the lesson learned?
Man, if it sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And all skin folk, damn sure ain't your kinfolk, man.
Come on.
Absolutely.
And it's sad, but you're right. You're right. How does Cordell handle just the day-to-day? And, you know, as a man, I know there's so much that y'all internalize and you carry. How are you handling everything and what do you do to just get some relief?
So again, I lost my brother June 9th of 2024. He was 41, had a heart attack. You know what I mean? So now I just been very, very health conscious. I've been trying to be stress-free.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this Tulsa situation happened after that, which was like a double, you know what I mean? But like, man, God, like, let me speak on my God that I serve. Like, God will like tear you to pieces. You know what I mean? he'll tear you to pieces. But to rebuild you, like the man that I'm becoming now could never be the man that I was when y'all was talking and laughing and joking and stealing and defraud me. You know what I mean? Like I could never be that guy. And I don't even really hold no malice in my heart because I know for a fact, you know, what God has for me next is gonna be incredible.
Come on.
And I can speak on that. I know that for a fact. I don't doubt nothing. Like I'm at a place in my life now to where it's like I'm really at peace with myself. I know that I know myself, and anything can happen. And I'll just be like, you know, God, like I trust you.
Yeah,
I trust you. Like I journal every day about whatever. I'll be like, hey, I woke up today and I got a smoothie. Yeah. That's all I did. I'll write it down. But like, it's good for me to like, because we seasonal people, we human beings, so we go through seasons where we feel like we feeling up, we feeling creative now, then we feeling kind of down, we don't know what we feeling down. So I made it to where, and I've been doing it for like a year. So I go back to my journal and I just look at how I've been feeling, and I'm always uplifting myself, and I'm always giving God his grace. And that's just to keep me from outside my ego. Yeah. So when I hear, like, to just go back to, like, you know, the noise that people try to bring into your life, like, I kind of humble myself because obviously I'm human, and I be wanting to say something back to everybody, to say something immediately when I hear it, but it's like, bro, these people ain't even gonna think about that in about 2 days because something else gonna happen. Like social media moves so fast, and the people's attention span is so fast that it's like, bro, just chill. Yeah. And like and I'm in a position now to where if I reply back to it, that might be all they want. That might be all they want, and I can't give it to them because I've done too much to come down to that level. Yeah.
All of that is growth. And listen, I'm like a big sis over here just proud. I done made him my brother, okay? Yeah. No, I'm just super proud of you. Just, you know, we don't like just know each other like that. It's just a mutual respect, business owner.
You was one of my first supporters. You was one of the first, and like I said, I remember everything. You was one of the first people broadcasting my business, telling people to come support me. Yeah. I had seen you for like 2 weeks straight. Like, you know what I mean? And I really appreciate that. I never forget it. Yeah. And that's why I told you when you she reached out to me, and I apologize for whoever else reached out to me to talk. I wasn't ready. But I was going to actually reach out to you and ask you to come on your show because I don't know. I just felt like that was like my type of vibe.
Come on.
Yeah, for real.
Come on.
For
real. Yes, I appreciate it. No, it's just amazing just to see where you've come from and just to know the journey. I'm just honored again. But I just see that there is so much more in you, and there are people out there that need to see you. And so you had mentioned to me about my light dimming. Right. And so I'm just telling you, continue to take those steps, continue to make those moves so that your light could continue to shine and continue to shut out that noise, because it don't even matter. Amen. It don't even matter. What God has for you is for you, and it's going to be an amazing thing. And I know that for sure. So we're not done. So I just had to say that. Okay. Has there ever been a point that you wanted to quit though?
Shoo. Man, yeah. So in the beginning phases when, like I said, just being excited and like gassing myself up before a meeting with a bank or a food group or whatever the case may be, like, and like them telling you like this is the worst idea, or like, you know, or like them having their facts to match my facts, and like really like, man, listen, I carried the cross. I carried the cross for the Northeast side because factually it doesn't make any sense to bring a modern first gen restaurant to that zip code. Area. It doesn't. So when we're doing performers and we're doing projections, these are subject matter experts telling me that like, so the average ticket cost would be, you know, $7 and $8 and this and that. And I'm just like, man, I don't plan on having anything like that on my menu. Because I feel like if you build it, you know, people, you will attract what you're supposed to attract. So that was like, but you got to think about it. I'm hopping into a business situation on faith. I'm hopping in a business.
That's risky.
I'm hopping in. This is all you, because business is logic. Business is science. Yep. Business is really mathematically right most of the time. But I went in there on blind faith. I went in there off like my God telling me, Yep, today too.
It hit different.
Today too, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I know you don't want these people talking down to you, but go do it.
Yeah.
And I did it. I did that shit for years.
Yeah.
So, like, I want to speak on that too. So, like, I hear a lot of people saying, who owns it? I heard it's black owned. I mean, it's not black owned, but it's black. I hear all that. Listen, man, I made that damn logo. I made that name. I made that menu. My brother, Brian Wilson, Red, made them recipes. That's his recipes. Black. JB is he has an equity in Scramble. But he don't do nothing there. I appreciate him. He did. Shout out to JB. He helped me secure that loan. His name is on that loan. I'm gonna give him his flowers. But when it comes to Scramble, listen, that's my baby. I did everything for it. Stop disrespecting me. Ain't no 1,000 owners, nothing. But when you do big business, you do have to get capital, guys.
Right.
So I did have an investor. That's true. But stop the lies, man. I see that, and that shit is hurtful for real. Like, I'm really from the East. Can't nobody take that away from me. Born and raised, but that shit was mine. But I feel like y'all, I feel like people are saying these things because I did some incredible shit. And I don't even
They don't understand
I
it.
don't really be popping it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like,
They don't understand it.
it ain't 1,000 owners. Like, that's Cordell Love's thing.
Yeah.
So like, put some respect on that for real.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. One, you just educated the people, but no, I feel that, and I understand all of the emotions that come with that, and just your passion behind it. You didn't put some sweat equity into this thing.
Absolutely.
And so I understand wanting to have the respect for it, and when people come for it, it hits different.
Their favorite thing to say is, "Oh yeah, I heard it's a bunch of man." Come in, well, yeah, you heard.
Yeah. But it's you.
Yeah.
We got it. It's him.
Nah,
Okay.
yeah, but I'm not doing it for him. But
No,
like,
I know.
don't belittle something that I suffer for. I'm gonna just say that.
Yeah. Listen, they talked about Jesus.
Absolutely.
Listen, we're gonna get it too. So
No, I'm not above it. But I just want to just like that kind of be hitting me different. Like ain't nobody like you trying to take away from what I did. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because I would never do nobody like that.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. What would you tell the young man on A Street now if you could sit across from him?
Like for myself?
Mm-hmm. What would you tell yourself?
I mean, I'd be like, thank you. Thank you for keeping your imagination. Thank you for not being a follower. Thank you for being present and understanding what was going on, even when you was a baby. Like, I was stripped in my childhood. I had to raise my sister. I was a middle child, but, my daughter was my first baby when I was probably about 8, 9 years old. So I would thank myself for like not having a traditional childhood, but I'm making the best of it now. You know what I mean? So thank you, young me. Shit.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
What do you want people to really understand about you beyond all of this, beyond Scramble?
Man, I'm a real one. I don't care about clout. I don't care about recognition. I don't care about status. I don't think I'm nothing. I'm just tired of people like projecting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm just a real dude. I'm a father first. I love my child. I love my employees. And, I just want to be successful. I want to leave a profound legacy and transcend where I come from. I still got faith in the Northeast side. I still feel like it's up to us to create something for us to be proud of. We can't just be stuck on remember this and remember that and what they waiting on is for Scrambled to close and be like, you remember Scrambled? Nah. We're not trying to do that. We trying to create. I want to create just a lasting legacy that's meaningful. I don't want too much smut on my name so where when my name is brought up, people can devalue it with bull crap. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm kind of more to myself, not in the mix. And it's intentional because I actually at this point I care about my legacy. I see how much is riding. I see how much like when you trying to level up in life, like your name is a brand too.
Yeah.
So I'm living it down by that.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, and this is kind of the last question. I say kind of because I know something else is going to trigger me to probably ask something else. But what if you could leave a piece of advice to the next generation, what would that be? Especially young men that come from the same spaces that you came from.
Man, your circumstances is not your fault. Any young man going through trying times, whether it's between family, whether it's between your parents, whether it's between your siblings, if you have a burning desire, if something is talking to you deep down inside, letting you know that you're not the same, like, just believe it. You know, you could do anything you set your mind to. And I know, like, every time people get on podcasts, and since I've been alive, I hear that you can do anything, but that's the magic.
That's the truth. Yeah.
You could do anything you put your mind to. You know, at one point we couldn't walk, we kept falling, then we was walking, we couldn't ride a bike, falling, ride the bike, you couldn't count, you count, like. But you could do that with any idea you come up with. So I don't know how many people we gonna touch, but I challenge the youth. Like, man, like the future, my daughter's future, LaCretia's future is depending on y'all to create something for us to survive in. Some, you know, y'all can hire us one time, like maybe, you know, like whatever the case may be. Like, we have to start thinking about the world as, you know, more, you know, community. And I don't want to even, I'm not even saying it in a woke way. I'm saying it on like an economic development way.
Yeah.
Your ideas could put you in a situation to where your best friends and your family can be living off of it. I've done it. Like, I take care of my best friends because they took care of me before I got there. And now we get to travel, we get to have fun, we get to fellowship together. And like, it's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
So you could do anything you put your mind to, man. Just stay humble, stay disciplined. Not even humble. Like, humble is a slippery slope, because be humble under God, be humble to your family. But like, if somebody telling you something you're not, you gotta get all that humble stuff. But I challenge you to find something worth suffering for. And what I mean by that is, like, anything that makes you question yourself, make you question who you are at that time, I think it's worth taking that risk on, because I really don't even remember what I was on 5 years ago to get here. Like, I've died, and you know, I've been torn apart. I done been through depression. I done lost her. I done lost family members. I done lost plenty of friends. I done got mocked by friends. My rap homeboys making raps about the East Side being new. Like, you know, like, all this stuff transformed you into this person that, you know, I thank these people for like building me up to the point to where it's like, man, where I take it next, I'm gonna give you some more raps to make up. Like, it's going up, bro. It's going up. Like, I'm long-winded, but to the youth, man, like, sky's the limit. Don't let your environment create your circumstances. Like, you just surpass that and take it further. Like, Scrambled is just like a small little speck in this thing we call life, man. Take it further. And you know, and let's continue on living off the inspiration that we create for each other to just keep building. You know, I don't know. I hope that makes sense.
Listen, is there anything else that you want to share with the Real Room fam that we did not hit on? You've been able to meet with some greats. And listen, I'm kind of jealous. I ain't even gonna lie about it. Is there anything that you've learned, anything that you want to just share that you haven't?
I've met some great people, and the only thing I can say about that is they human beings, and they got the same problems as us. They put their shoes on the same way they put our shoes on, and what I took them back from. So I met Dan Cathy, which started Chick-fil-A, fellowship with him. I fellowship with Michael Jordan last year for 3 days straight.
That's the one I'm really like.
But what I took from them is like, man, these guys just want to be treated like human beings. Like, my experience with him was just like, we're talking about similar stuff that we're talking about, just real life situation, kids, you know, how he vacations, how he diets, stuff like that. But then you got these people that's perceiving him as just this God level demigod basketball player, and they treat him like this, and that makes and to this day it makes that man uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So I'm just looking at Black success at the highest level, and just what I took from him is like, man, just we all human beings at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
we can't control the perception of how people perceive us, you know. And lastly, you know, I apologize to anybody that's like offended by what I'm doing. Like, I don't really feel like I've done anything to personally offend anybody, man. But man, it's been tough, like, you know, receiving this hatred and this, you know, and different type of disrespectful things have been going on from people that I got a lot of love for, man. So I'm praying for y'all. Y'all pray for me, and you know, shit. Life goes on, guys. Like, you know.
Let me ask you, why did you just apologize?
I don't know.
Don't apologize.
But I just feel like,
no,
like, I don't know.
Let
man.
me say this to you. Don't ever apologize for being chosen. Don't ever apologize for being able to be in the position that you're in, because God chose you for this moment.
Amen.
And so that's their problem.
She said it.
That's their problem, not yours, right?
For sure. Yeah.
And I say it all the time. I'm dope because God made me dope. And
Absolutely.
if you're mad at that, then you be mad at him for that.
Absolutely.
Right? So don't ever apologize for that. You keep pushing and keep going. That's
put it back
it.
on me.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't apologize no more. But I'm praying for y'all, though.
Yeah,
I'm praying for y'all.
that's
I'm
it.
praying for y'all, and you know, I hope you guys get everything that y'all could imagine. But hey, man, God know y'all. God can hear your heart.
Yeah.
God can hear your thoughts. So, like, man, if you not wishing the best for everybody, man, you ain't gonna receive them blessings that He got for y'all, man. He know what you gonna. You know, if when God bless you, he puts you in a position to where you're gonna become what you always wanted to be. So if you a hater, man, you're gonna be a big hater.
Yeah.
If you big sad, you're gonna be big sad. If you a big manipulator, you're gonna be a big manipulator, you know, man.
And if you're a lover, you're going to be a lover.
Absolutely.
A
Whether
big
they hurt you or
lover.
not. Whether they hurt you or not.
Yeah. And you're going to receive that back. Okay.
Absolutely.
Listen, I appreciate you. You good?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for reaching out. Like I said, like I feel like it was perfect time.
Yeah.
I got a birthday coming up. I'm about to be 39.
Come on, 39.
Yeah, I'm pushing 40. I'm middle age now. So
listen.
It is what it is.
Listen, let me just say this. As somebody that's about to be 43 in December. 40s is amazing.
So that's a whole other segment we can talk about. Like, I am enjoying getting older.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I
real.
don't I'm not one of them guys that be like, man, I wish I was 20.
No, I'm good.
Every year is getting better. Better.
That part.
Yeah.
Listen,
so I'm looking forward to 40s for sure.
Enjoy 39 when you get there, okay?
For sure.
But when you hit 40, it just hits different.
Absolutely.
I'm just telling you.
I believe it. I believe it.
Well, again, sir, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And, you know, I'm always cheering you on, wishing you nothing but success, love, and many blessings. And so thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Until the next time, right?
Absolutely.
Right? All right. To my Real Room fam out there, listen, find something that's worth suffering for, because I promise the reward, is so much greater. Until the next time, I'll see you in the Real Room.